Like now? Which means we're live now? Is that
Yes.
what you're telling me, Wade? Huzzah! Hello, welcome, guys, gals, non-binary pals, to Tabletop Galaxy presents Broken Space, Halcyon Days, Session 4, Part 2. No more colons. Or, as maybe a slightly more reasonable person would say, Tabletop Galaxy presents Broken Space, Halcyon Days, Episode 8. Ooh, boy, we're getting deep into it now, friends. So, this is, of course, our Edge of the Empire game by Fantasy Flight Games. It is a twin story with our wonderful friends at Second Sunrise playing in the same canonical universe with the same similar plot line, if you're paying attention. Now, before we get into our plot line and what's been going on, let's introduce each of our players and their beautiful, wonderful characters. So, starting first off, as always, Alex.
Hello, I am Alex. I will be playing Atmos Cast4, who is my lovely Caloran bounty hunter gadgeteer. You may be asking yourself, what is a Caloran? Well, I am getting a little tired of explaining it, but I'll do it again for your own sake. But a Caloran is a kind of green, semi-aquatic, fish-looking guy with big ol' kind of buoys around his neck. I use he, him pronouns, as does my character, and I'm excited to be back from our hiatus.
Oh, yeah. Next up, Wade.
Hey, it's me. I'm Wade. I use he, him pronouns. I play Bishop, who is the gank assassin, also uses he, him pronouns. He basically just looks like a set of armor. At least it's as much as you see.
Yeah.
He's kind of tiny by comparison to pretty much everyone else on the team, but he's short and full of rage.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm not that much taller.
That's fair. Next up, Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm playing Vans, the blue Rhodian gunslinger with his favorite pistol in hand. I go by he, him pronouns as well as Vans. And today his obligation hopefully will be completed.
And we'll get into that in just a second. And always last in these intros, but never least, Io.
I'm Io. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Zale, who uses they, them, and she, her pronouns. And Zale is a Twi'lek charmer / force-sensitive emergent, and likes to try to talk her way out of trouble, often just talks everybody's way into deeper trouble. Let's hope I don't roll too many despairs.
But now you said it, so... And I am, as always, Robert, the GM, the Space Master and person who plays everyone else in this game. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm very excited to jump into today's episode of Halcyon Days. So before I get into the recap, even, as a reminder, how we're doing this is the second part of in game turns, the same session. So for instance, our players currently, the Destiny pool is at 2 light side points and 4 dark side is our current situation there. And if Jay, I would love if you would remind the people at home what the obligation for this session is. Oop, you're muted.
Sorry about that. The obligation is in Vans. So Vans has had double obligation in the last 2 sessions. But for this particular one, his obligation that was his notoriety, at which point had to deal with his mother and his blaster. His blaster is a specific obligation of of cost called Jexica, and he received it from his mother. We found out last session that the main bad guy was the person who killed Vans's mother, and that was a great session of despair.
Terrific. And then, of course, the obligation also linked to how you obtained the Halcyon Days.
Yes. Through using his skill with his firearm, he was able to shoot, trick-shotted, and gambled and won the Halcyon Days ship from someone that may
Probably
not.
won't ever come up. That's
Yeah,
not even
probably.
worry about it.
He's just gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's okay with
Exactly.
losing it. Yeah, he's
Yeah. It was listen, it was a new ship, so they hadn't really gotten emotionally attached yet. So you were lucky in that way.
He spent a lot of credits making sure that it was just pristine. It was probably a
Exactly.
nice present from someone, and he just Vans just shot it off from under him.
Yep. And so let's recap what happened last time, and then we will jump back into it. So, as a reminder, the party, having left Socorro behind them with a few allies and a lot more enemies, found themselves, after a bit of a shaky hyperspace jump, at Quen Space Station, a massive megaplex of a space station, like larger than Star Destroyers. It can service Star Destroyers. We're talking space station size, with 3 main levels: a capital shipyard, a shipyard, and then the upper level. It's basically space Las Vegas, just casinos, entertainment, money, just this massive entertainment complex and boulevard. And they quickly found themselves a little out of place in this top area, as Driel Zod, the Nautilin who killed Van's mother, turned out to be the individual in charge of the Black Sun, or at least the most accessible Black Sun member who might have more information for the party based on their job to find out what's going on with all these hyperspace jumps and whether or not there's some kind of sabotage, potentially even with the hyperspace beacon around Nal Hutta and Nal Shadar. The party narrowly avoided just an all-out gunfight that most of them didn't have guns for in the top VIP level of the casino, and left preparing for their eventual return. Now, the party, through Bishop's just amazing duel against a large person in the Vornskier's hideout, have secured their help, and basically the party has agreed that they will shut down the cameras and the Vornskiers will take care of the bouncers and get them inside the casino. So the party has now entered the lair of the Steady Drips, a smuggling group that is essentially an anonymous group, in an attempt to find some allies, maybe to get them up to the VIP deck, or maybe just to help with some extra muscle. Who's to say? So, currently, the party has been led back to the table that Zale has been kind of working on. As a reminder, everyone here, it's a very, especially compared to the Vorskiers that were basically like Mad Max, Coliseum, Thunderdome, lots of drinking going. It's a very muted, calm vibe. Like there's some smooth music playing in the background, with people slowly, just casually gambling or talking, with masks on at all times, with different symbols of different shapes and numbers and quantities. And so you all have just sat down at this sabacc table that Zale has been at. And please, take it away.
So I believe that I was just joining in on the game.
Yeah, you just recently you've been kind of chatting them up. They seem pretty friendly to you. If I remember correctly, you even got a little more information. You kind of interrogated them a little bit more about potentially what might be happening around Nal Shaddaa and Nal Hutta.
Remind me again, are there 2 or 3 of the members around the table with us?
I believe there's 3. There were 3 individuals at the table.
Okay. So, you mentioned earlier you guys smuggle, can get your hands on things. We might need some equipment for this job. Something you can help us with?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what kind of stuff you looking for?
Some stun grenades.
Oh.
Maybe a blaster, a specialized blaster.
How specialized we talking?
I've always wanted either a Viper, but that's pretty expensive and pretty hard to find. So I don't know. Maybe an equalizer. H7 equalizer. I've heard those are pretty nice.
So I'm gonna.
I'm sure that makes perfect sense to Vans, but
For everyone else,
I mean, Atmos is fairly blaster savvy. He knows exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to that in just a sec, but first I'm gonna ask for a negotiation roll from Vans here. Just 2 purple die. They've warmed up pretty good to you. But even with my limited understanding of Star Wars lore, you're asking for some pretty heavy duty stuff. So
one
let's
of them
just
is a
see.
rating 8, and the stun grenades are pretty.
Stun grenades,
common.
yeah.
Stun grenades
Stun
are very
grenades are pretty
common, yeah.
common. But like the blasters you're asking for are pretty
Oh yeah.
pretty intense stuff. So
All right. So
Uh,
negotiations is great, but was there a boost since our previous conversations going well?
yeah, so it's 2 purple die, but I'm gonna give you a boost because they're, pretty open to you guys so far.
Do you want me to add the boost or you?
Go ahead and add the boost for yourself here.
Cool. Let's see if this is going to work. Make sure everything is. All right, we're going to roll negotiations and see if it goes.
All right, first roll of the night. Alrighty.
All
So you see, they say, yeah, we can find that kind of thing, but it's pricey stuff. I mean,
Well, how about after the job? We could talk maybe on the blaster, but maybe the stun grenades beforehand.
yeah.
Buy those
Huh.
right out, and maybe the other stuff later.
Yeah, how about I think you're looking for someone else here. Why don't I take you to, I'm not feeling Sabak so much anymore. Anybody want to play some dice?
sure. I'm game.
And they can't wink because everyone's wearing a mask, but they kind of stand up and bid the other 2 adieu and kind of lead you to a not back room, but a more secluded room, like a little more out of the way. And you enter and you see a bunch of people kind of rolling dice, and you see sitting at one table wearing a mask. You can see, can't really see what species they are, but you see an individual with just a single star on their mask, which you haven't seen anywhere else. And just kind of like nods you over.
I'm going to nod respectfully back and go over.
Just kind of like indicate some very comfortable looking chairs for all of you.
Yeah, Atmos will sit.
Vans. Mm-hmm.
Stun grenades. What do you 4 need with stun grenades?
Well, it's dangerous out there. You can never go wrong with stun grenades.
Sure. And that's why I don't want to give stun grenades to people who I don't know what their intentions are. Typically.
That's fair enough. We have a job in mind. A job that I think is in the best interests of most of the people here if it turns up the information I believe it will. We
Go
think
on.
we think that Sorry, I'm out of character. I've forgotten the name of the casino again. Can someone
Royal K.
Royal K.
Sorry, we were on a 2-break hiatus, everyone.
someone high up in the royal, running the Royal K, has information that will help us find out who is messing with the hyperspace beacon. We can take care of the details about what we're going to do about it. We just need to prepare.
All right, let's do a negotiation roll here. I'm gonna say 1 purple, 2 red. However, you're talking in their interest, so I'm gonna give you a boost die.
All right. I will find my negotiation.
It's not the hardest negotiation roll Zale's ever tried to do.
Yeah, but I keep getting errors on the hard ones. Okay, there's a force die in the pool, as there should be.
So yeah, you're using the force power?
Yes, oh no. Okay, so that's 1 success, 3 advantage, a despair, and 2 light side pips.
My gosh, what is happening here?
So remind me, the light side pips basically mean that you could turn some of the threat you rolled into more advantage. So you basically have 5 advantage then, right?
Or I could add more successes, and
it's adding? Okay.
yeah, I can add
Got it.
success or advantage. And I would like to add another success so I'm less barely scraping by,
Okay.
and another advantage, because I think we'll need it. There's
Got it.
stars, what a roll!
Okay. So you see they kind of uncross their hands and just kind of take a more relaxed posture in front of you all. So the final total for those at home is going to be 2 successes, 4 advantage, and a despair. If you can tell me what kind of assistance you need, but I get Dreelzod alive and in a mood for talking, if I'm being clear.
Well, it would seem that our interests are aligned then.
Indeed. But if I don't get Dreelzod back in good condition, we will have problems.
Understood.
What do you need from me?
Define good conditions.
We'll get to that later. For now, we have a way inside of the Royal K. However, we need a way to get up to Dreelzod. We need to get into the VIP lounge. Hopefully without causing too much of a ruckus.
Sounds like you need a slicer.
That's what we are looking for, yes.
I know a few individuals who can help. They don't tend to get involved in large firefights, though.
It's not what we need them for.
Do you need people who are good in a firefight, or just the stun grenades then?
We can handle ourselves.
I hope so. No use to me dead.
I
We're
can
not
assure
there
you-
to shoot up the place indiscriminately.
I can assure you, we are the utmost professionals.
Kind of straightens up at that. It's good to hear. Well, seeing as how you're all professionals, I'll be upfront. I can, well, person I know can get the lights off. It'll be good enough as a distraction to get you to the elevator, get you to the VIP lounge. While you all apprehend Driel, they will be going to Driel's office and getting me a copy of all their documents. If you want your own, that's perfectly acceptable, but I'll be getting all of them first.
That would be agreeable, yes.
And seeing as how we seem to have a similar goal, I can sell you some stun grenades at more than fair prices. 50 credits apiece.
Much appreciated.
Dan's got the money. Quick question though. Do you have specific plans for the quarry?
Yes.
Is he going to survive?
Depends on how cooperative they are. But
there be-
ideally, yes.
Hmm.
Again, I don't have much use for dead people.
Okay. Do you have any ideas what you're going to do with him afterwards?
Yes, I think I'll, again, make a good use of them. They have quite a few connections. Friends.
How much would it cost for him to be delivered to me?
How much do you have?
Fans.
Not too much.
Then probably more. Unless you can pay more than the Black Sun.
Ah, I see. Okay.
I think we
I think we're
might
good.
have a line on that. However, we will get back to you on that.
I think we're good.
Understood. How many stun grenades should I send to your ship?
I just need
let's see,
3.
you said
How many would you like? At most? Bishop?
I think we should have more than enough with 3.
Sounds good.
I don't know if we're taking people alive, and I am a bit relieved that we are taking people alive. We might need a couple more just in case.
We'll take 4. 200 credits?
Agreed.
I hand over 200 credits.
All right. Simply tell me which dock your ship is at, and they will be discreetly delivered.
Thank you very much. Soon we will all know a bit more about the current situation.
Have your Salassa meet us at what was the
I'm trying to remember our bay number.
I
No,
never gave you one.
I'm trying
so
to remember
Yeah.
the name of the bar.
The hut bar.
Yeah, have your Salassa
Nests.
meet us at Nests in a couple hours.
Agreed.
With
You
that, I believe our business here is concluded.
I agree. You may call me Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Maxwell. Nice to meet you, Maxwell.
It's been quite enjoyable, yes. You're very direct as a group. I enjoy it.
I find in our business, keeping secrets does no one any good.
Not when we don't need to.
Well, on that I can disagree. However, when it comes to negotiation, I can agree. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mighty obliged.
And they kind of
Alrighty.
go back to their game of dice.
Get up, head out, reconvene by the door.
hmm
Yeah, you kind of give back your masks to the bouncer type person.
Glad to know I won't have to be trying to play Slicer.
Not that I doubt your abilities, but I do believe we might be in our best. It might be on our best interests to
Have a
keep with
specialist.
precisely.
We also diversify our trail.
Indeed.
Several
Now-
people's hands are in the cookie jar. They're going to be looking for several different people instead of just one.
That's true. Now, Vans. We are in the market for more credits. Now, I see two ways we can do that. We can either head right back to the Volunteers, place a few more bets on Bishop, or we could go to the huts. And I would propose that we have the huts pay for the release of Drielzad to you rather than back to the Black Sun.
I think I like that.
Well, I can
I-
try to sell them on that, but
I personally am in favor of heading back to the Volunteers because I have some ideas on some blasters we could use. However, they are
Fans.
dead pricey.
Fans,
Yes.
look. Selling the huts on handing him over to you might be a little difficult, but
Yeah.
I can try to get them in on the bidding for themselves. I'm sure they'd like to ask him some questions. Would that be
How-
acceptable?
Yes. How about they get to ask a whole bunch of questions, and when we're done asking them questions, I can be there and I'll just take out the trash.
Seems agreeable to me. I see no reasons
just-
why the huts would disagree other than wanting to do the deeds themselves.
I just help them garbage men. That's all. I'll just be their garbage man for the day. That's all. But they can have as much time with them.
All right.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll do something different. So I'm all good. I'm all good.
All right, let's get in contact with our other then.
So you're gonna go to Nast's, if I'm hearing right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So you head back over to Nast's Cantina, the hut friendly bar where you spoke with your friend from the Sea Rock, and Nast, the Sluicy, which is again kind of like a snake Naga, like Naga from World of Warcraft almost looking person with like lots of little arms. They have like a little headset that most of the time they're just kind of watching like sports and stuff while they're bartending. They're constantly quadruple tasking, it seems like.
Yeah.
And yeah, you will walk in and say, "Oh, welcome! Hey, you're back! Hi, friends!"
Nast, it's
Nice
a
to
pleasure
see you.
Yeah, good to have you back. What do I owe this pleasure?
Is Jadar here?
I could find out and get him over here.
That would be mighty appreciated. In the meantime, I'll have a Krilling whiskey.
Coming right up. Anything else for anyone else? All right.
No.
Vans, are you muted again?
Yeah, I'm muted. Sorry about
yeah, he
that.
was.
So yes, me too. I'm just getting the hang of it. I'll figure it out sooner or later.
No, you're good. You're good.
Something new, they just throw it. Sorry about that. But
So yeah, you see, they pour you each a drink at the same time, and then put it up with two of their arms. Then you all have some time to kind of enjoy a drink, and eventually Jadar, the human pilot, you all met by chance a little bit ago. Walks
Jadar,
into the
great to
bar.
see you.
Oh,
Come on
hey!
over. We've got some things to talk about, I think.
Okay. Well, sounds serious. Let's get into it.
So, business has been coming together smoothly. We've put together what we need, but unfortunately, the person who is going to get their hands on our friend wants to ransom him back at some point. We were wondering if you knew anyone higher up in your chain who might want to get in on the bidding.
Whoa. Well, I guess you'd need to do a negotiation check. So I'm gonna say, Jadar's not a criminal mastermind. It's gonna be 2 purple die only. And I'll say give yourself a boost die because you have a good relationship with him already.
All right, let me find my negotiation. Rolling. That's a success, an advantage, and a dark side pip, which I will not be spending.
Okay, so it just kind of floats away into nothingness, yeah?
Mhm.
Cool. So a success and advantage? Yeah. Well, luckily someone higher than a pilot owes me a favor who could probably get you in with someone who could make that kind of decision. Yeah. Is that all you'd be looking for? Just someone to get this guy off?
We'd also appreciate a favor in return. Now, we know the Huts want whatever information Drillzot has about all the happenings about hyperspace.
Sure.
We simply request that once all that is complete, that he be handed over to our good friend Vans.
Kind of like looks over Vans. Okay.
we have some history together that we need to discuss. But I'm fully want everyone to get as much information from that they need before I take out the trash.
Gotcha. Now, forgive me if this is insensitive, but did you steal his ship? Because, not gonna lie, no offense, that your ship kind of seems a little stolen to me. It's very nice, and you're not walking around like you can necessarily afford nice ships like that. That's all. Listen, no offense.
I am not offended at all. I won it. Not from him, but from someone else in the Black Sun.
Oh,
I
not a lot of friends on the Black Sun, huh?
No, I bet my shooting skill was better than his, and he lost.
Aha.
A demonstration maybe later, on a wager, at the bar. But
I think I'll take your word on that one.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But no, there's some history between this individual and me. Not to ship. That's for someone else.
I see. Well, I'll see what I can do. talk to my guy who can talk to a guy.
Anything you could do would be lovely. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you can get back to us before our excursion, that would be mighty appreciated, so that we have all gosh, what's the Star Wars all of our Minox in a row.
Yeah, that sounds like it's sounds pretty time sensitive, so I'll kind of try and move it along.
Thank you.
And he kind of takes his leave. So you all have a chance to kind of talk amongst yourselves before anything else happens here.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your assistance in this.
Of course. I have some ideas on one more piece of equipment. I hope you'll indulge me.
Oh, please.
Mhm.
I need, well, as much as I do rather enjoy my gosh, what was it? My EE3 here. I'm in the market for something a little better. So I am humbly requesting that you loan me some credits so that I can go and obtain something with a little more punch.
What you thinking?
I've had my eye on a DDC modular rifle for a while now.
Ooh.
For the audience who
Thank you.
definitely does not know what that is, a DDC modular rifle was introduced in the special modifications book. Basically, it's got a little less power than my current blaster rifle. However, this weapon in unique is in that the weapon hardpoints, which is however many modifications you can put on it, is the most in the game. It's a total of 6. So while it starts off fairly weak with a good amount of tweaking, it can become one of the more powerful blasters in the game.
And for your GM, what's its typical cost?
Its typical cost is $1,000,
Got it.
and I'm currently at 600.
Well, for a friend, and considering that I hope we'll be working together for a while. Sorry, give me a moment. I'm trying to sort through the Roll20 sheet. Oh, I have 580 credits. That's more than I thought I had. Okay.
Because we put some
Zale-
well-placed bets.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Some
You
of you did. I didn't do as much
Mhm.
because I didn't have that much.
Zale will go ahead and slide over the other 400 credits.
As Vance was pulling out 100, he's like,
Very covertly puts it back in the pocket.
This is mighty obliged, and I will repay you in time. You have my word.
Thank
we
you.
are going to hit the casino. Who's to say that some of the change will not into our pockets on our way out?
At that, he actually smirks a little, and he was like, "I was having some similar thoughts."
It's a heist.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
So, with credits in hand, he's actually going to return to the study drips and find Dilgust, who was the blaster dealer that we encountered last session.
Mhm. Yep.
Who's probably still at the bar,
Yeah. 100%.
Probably still very high on spice.
Yes.
And he's going to, like, I'm guessing he's probably very engrossed in his current spice, and so
Yeah.
Atmos is going to walk up behind him and like kind of like pat him on the back and say, "Dilgus, my friend, very
Whoa!
good to see you again."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember you, kind of. You're that one with the mask.
Of course. Hey, you told me last time we met that you had a line on some very unique items.
Oh, yeah, I got some good stuff. Like, and he points at the little hookah he's been smoking, his spice in. Like, for instance, this stuff, if you combine it with this, you kind of feel like all of your consciousness is kind of out in the tips of your fingers. It's kind of fun. Like,
Well,
it's-
would of course love to indulge. I'm actually looking for something a bit more deadly.
oh, well, then you want to combine it with this as well. That'd be a party foul right there. So that would be.
He's actually going to lean in a little closer and says, "I mean blasters."
Oh, you want a blast? Oh, you want a blaster? You realize
Yes.
he almost just yelled out that in the bar, just in time. Yeah. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for that very nice DDC MR6 modular rifle.
Ooh, you know your stuff.
I'm fixing to upgrade.
Now, I gotta ask you a question I ask all my customers, which is, well, I guess how used do you care if this rifle is? Because if you don't care, I could sell you a pretty discounted rifle, but it's used.
How discounted are we talking?
Well, the one I'm thinking of, I'll discount it about 200 credits. Just 'cause it's pretty used.
Let's spring for the new.
You got it, yeah. Maybe a good choice. I mean, only so many rifles you can steal before people come at. Yeah. All right. So
I'm hoping to use this for a while.
there you go. Well, reliable stuff.
Of course, if it'll help, I can sell you my current blaster
What you
to
got
maybe
there?
help offset the price. I have my blaster carbine,
Mhm.
which is actually worth 850. Now I know the second you pick it up, it's not worth that much.
Right. Well, let's say, that's a pretty nice one. All right. For a brand spanking new one, no baggage along with it. Let's call it a nice even. Actually, here, why don't you roll me a negotiation check? Let's see how good.
That yes.
That sounds like the exact way this game works.
Yeah. My
Uh,
negotiation, I don't think it's very good.
It occurs to
I'll
me
say
that I probably should have come with you.
Probably
it's
should have come
probably
with
fine.
me, but
I'll
it is
say so. I'm just gonna do 2 difficulty dice, but give you a blue die, because
because he's high.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also he likes you. He thinks you're cool.
Okay, fair enough. I only have 2 greens in this. Fingers crossed.
Okay,
Is the pull set?
sure is.
Alrighty.
Oh, go ahead and roll just a here. I'll clear the pool. Go ahead and just roll a blue die. My
Just a
apologies, I forgot to
blue
add
die?
it in
All
for you.
right.
Yep.
I'll roll that.
Okay, so
All right,
that's a
that's
success.
just a success.
Yeah, let's go for a nice even 600 credits. That's a nice little piece you got there.
This amenable.
And hey,
You got yourself a deal.
you can even tell me what you want the manufacturing number to be, if you got like lucky numbers or something.
Oh gosh, I could have used this so bad. No, I'm not gonna. I don't care.
Cool.
Gosh, I could totally do 420. Actually, you know what? I'm getting this from a druggie. The manufacturer's number is 420. I'm saying it now.
There we go. There we go. It's out there. Canon. Huzzah. So yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't really want to get it out right now, so maybe just you got like a place we could.
Yeah, meet me at Nests in about an hour.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Pleasure doing business with you. I'll hand over my carbine once I get the new one.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Pleasure doing business with you. And he like sticks out his left hand.
Mm-hmm. And Atmos will shake it.
Yeah. He's got a very loose grip.
I figure.
Ooh.
I like to imagine Atmos has a very firm handshake.
When I shake your hands, my fingers are feeling all. Ooh, that's neat.
Do yourself a favor, my friend, and make sure you're hydrated.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Picks up a cocktail and drinks.
All right. Well, Atmos is done here, so he's gonna head back to Nests.
Sounds good.
And actually, once he gets back, he's going to hand Zale and Vance's credits back, and he goes, "Turns out I didn't need it. I had all that I needed already."
Well, I definitely appreciate that. I hope the thought counts.
It certainly does. I am now down to 15 credits, so if you guys need bribes, you're on your own.
There we go. Alrighty. So, meanwhile, the three of you were just in Nass Cantina. Were you guys just sitting in silence? Like, any conversations or planning y'all would want to be doing?
How you feeling, Bishop?
Huh?
Oh, sorry. So Vance was like, "How you feeling, Bishop?"
Getting better little by little. Still a bit rough after that.
Well, I'm glad you did. You did us a very good favor. I'm hoping in the future we can call on the Volnskis for more help.
Well, as long as they pay.
I'm sure they'll pay very well for someone of your caliber, my friend.
Oh, okay.
In fact, he's gonna call over Nast and say now I understand a good bartender like yourself is prepared for many possibilities, especially in a bar. You wouldn't happen to have any bags I could take off your hands, would you?
Oh, sure. You just looking for like a stim? You need somebody to take a bath? Oh, yeah, for sure. Give me a second while the GM looks up the typical price of a stim pack.
I think they're fairly they're fairly inexpensive.
Oh, yeah.
25 credits.
25 credits. Yeah. How many are you looking for?
Just the one is more than enough. Vance, two.
Make
two?
Like two more, or making it two, or
just
two more. So three total.
Just two.
Just two.
Right.
Like looking at Vans, like
yeah,
he was saying, add two more.
One moment, I need to check my sheet and see if I have any left. I remember I still have one.
Vans was not muted. I was just being quiet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay. So one for you, and then two for you, like pointing at Atmos, and then Vans. Is that
what you want?
I think is that what? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Friend discount. 60 credits.
Total. All right. Everybody pitch in. We're probably gonna need these.
I got 50 credits going in. So
I can pitch 5. Somebody want to pitch another 5?
I mean, I'll do another whatever we need.
All right.
Okay, so 5.
Okay.
And then he kind of takes the credits and goes behind the bar and brings you 3 stim packs.
Take yourself one of these. We want you nice and ready for the ordeal.
And I should look up the strain recovery rules because I think all of us, but especially Bishop, need to be
Actually-
rolling for strain recovery.
That's a good idea, actually, because we're kind of in a moment where we can rest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's normally either a discipline or cool check in order to recover strain, right?
I believe so. Yeah. So
Strain.
Well, I got the same in both of those, so.
so I'm just trying to figure out the difficulty of those. So if we go to
I think
the-
you. What is the difficulty?
I
of
believe it
those?
is an average.
Is it average, not
believe
just a
so.
straight
Or is
up
it
and down
hard?
roll?
Oh no, it is. Yeah, it's just a straight up and down roll, and whatever
Yeah,
success
it's-
you have is how many strain
right, how many
you're able to
strain
get.
you
So the success equals strain. That's right.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's just
Right.
your straight roll.
So yeah, as you guys kind of take a moment, you bought some stim packs. Bishop, I believe you used one last session to get yourself.
Right.
So the next one will give you 4 instead of 5. Because basically stim packs give you 5 back,
Oh,
but then they give you
oops.
4 back, and then you give 3 back, and then they give you 2 back, and then they give you 1 back, and
Right.
then they don't do anything for you.
That was more than enough for me because I only had 1 strain, and subtracting that blue dice I forgot to take out of my pool, that's
So
3
3.
successes,
Mhm.
which means if you could go into negative strain, I would have -2.
Yep.
I got 1 singular advantage on my cool check.
Oh, Zale.
Yeah, so Zale, you try and like relax in this moment, but you just start thinking about what's coming, and you don't really find a moment's respite. But Vans, you're cool as a cucumber.
I am. I'm just excited with 4 successes.
Although
wait a minute.
I don't know if that boost is supposed to be in there,
Actually,
so like,
no,
I think
it's
it's
not.
3.
So I
So
thought
3
3
successes.
successes.
3
So
successes.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm good.
And then Bishop, if you would
God,
like
this
to
is
roll a
going to
cool,
be
I don't know if you have any strain. You
Yeah.
probably
No, I
do.
took a bunch of
I think
wounds.
he has
I don't know how
all
much
the
strain.
strain.
Do you have any strain?
Nothing was listed. I don't know if I just
Okay.
didn't.
No, I mean
Oh,
it was
bunch of-
it was a lot
You
of
count
wounds.
your
No,
bars down instead of up. That's why it looks like you're full up.
There we go. So you are good.
Okay.
All right.
Goddess, this is going to be interesting.
Coming into the cantina, you see a kind of human man, dark skin, pulled back hair with like some very reddish eyes
Mm-hmm.
walking in, looking around, and you can tell quite clearly who he is as he looks around trying to find someone and then realizes he doesn't know what their face looks like.
Yeah, at most,
Come on
Yeah.
over.
gonna wave, yeah. I mean,
You're like-
there aren't terribly many people he knows with
No.
3 fingers, so he's just waving
Yeah.
for this.
He comes on over. He just very much seems a little more sober than when you last left him, but not entirely so. Hey, are you mask guy?
Yes, I am.
And we made a deal.
We certainly
Bruh.
did, my friend.
And he kind of lifts his little briefcase he has up and opens it up. So describe what does this new blaster kind of look like?
Yeah, let me find it really quick. I've seen pictures of it.
As he kind of opens up for everyone this very new shiny blaster. Looks like it pretty much was taken directly off an assembly line somewhere.
Which it probably was.
Like 100%, yeah.
I prefer what somebody said in the chat about it fell off an Imperial cargo.
Right, like it
Right.
got off the assembly line, and then the Imperial truck that was taking it off the assembly line, there was a tragic accident, and a few blasters went missing. And this is one of those blasters.
Okay, so the photo I'm looking at right here, it definitely isn't official. Frankly, it looks like a gun from Borderlands.
Awesome. So
It's
you tell me
got-
what yours looks like.
Yeah, okay, so it's got the main stock, right, which is very bulky. Because there's just all kinds of like rails and stuff attached to this that you can just put all kinds of different attachments on and such, right? Currently there's nothing on it. But the looks like in this photo it loads from behind the trigger. It's got a very bulky stock, and I'm gonna say this one is like a nice, like you said, it just came off the assembly line.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it's in like a nice, sleek kind of silver color.
love it. Yeah, like it's sleek and new, but I imagine it's not very elegant. It's like a multi-tool of blasters, right? Like it's very
Yeah.
practically built and very very much so. Like it's
Like
got a lot
no space on it is wasted, but there's a lot of space.
Exactly. And he kind of says, "And you got something else for me, right?"
Oh yes, of course. And he
Yeah.
slings his EE3 off of his back, and he goes, "This is a very popular gun. I'm sure you could get rid of it fairly quickly."
Yeah. It's a good stuff. It's reliable gun. That's important in a gun, I think. Yeah, no, that's good. Reliability. That's my new reliability. I like that.
I think you could go somewhere with that.
Yeah.
Everybody loves reliability.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm late for something. I gotta go. Hey, take it easy. If you need any more guns, remember me. Reliability.
Reliability.
Trust me, I don't think we could forget you.
They kind of
Never.
grab the E11, put it in their briefcase, and start kind of rushing off to whatever probably fairly important thing they forgot to go to.
All right, let me fix that in my sheet.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're gonna fix all your
I'll
your
work
stuff.
on it right now.
Sounds good.
Gonna hold the same spot that my EE3 held, so that is a
Yeah, and then a little bit, not too much longer, another figure kind of enters the cantina. A droid, a like fairly tall, sleek. Looks like it might have been some kind of like like one that did fine mechanical work at one point, right? Not like a construction yard droid, but maybe one that put together fine pieces on ships, like hard to craft pieces or something like that. But it has no kind of restraining bolts. It's got a lot of the like protective gear that kind of droid would probably wear has been taken off. So there's a lot of kind of almost imagine more like original C3PO that we see in episode 1. Like there's some like more exposed stuff in to kind of favor like maneuverability and speed more so than protectiveness. And you can see the hands of this droid. It has got 6 different fingers, and they have like extra joints on them, and they are like kind of constantly kind of clacking around, giving it kind of like a almost jittery feel, as they have just kind of like that. And then they have on their back just a bunch of like tech, like just some slicer tech, basically barely concealed with a little cloak behind them.
Teams coming together.
They kind of approach and indicate a seat. Permission asked
course.
for.
Of course.
Jubilation. Kind of like sits down. Greeting.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Agreed.
Zale.
Designation Snips.
Snips.
Self-given designation.
Of course.
More
Yes,
fun.
fun, you say?
Agreed.
Very well. Now, am I to assume you are a good friend sent by the state of Drips?
Agreed. Understanding is above average.
I like him. I'm Vale. Fans. I like him.
Judge of character is above average.
That's good to hear.
Are you any
Have you
good?
been briefed on the job?
Briefly. Briefing inadequate. Currently.
Well, the plan is fairly simple. We have our way into the casino. Once we're there, we'll find a port for you to plug into. You shut
We
down.
know a good spot.
You shut down not only the lights but also the security systems, and we take care of it from there. Very simple.
Query. You need to get to the VIP quarters, correct?
Indeed, yes.
That's right.
Understood. Additional query. How will you intend to leave the VIP deck? In terms of speed and possibly alternate exit.
Well, original plan was out the same way we came in. However,
Is there
that's
based off
is there a
course.
side entrance that we're aware of?
That sounds like a great time for a kind of roll to be made.
I want to think about whether I the player don't remember the layout of the casino very well, but
Sure.
Yeah. The upper level, were there windows?
I will definitely give you that there were definitely windows, because although as a reminder, it's not just the top of the casino; it's the top,
it's
of, the station.
I don't think we want to go out of the windows without a spacesuit.
You
Oh,
definitely
okay,
would
so
need a
it's-
plan for that. Yes.
Okay, so that top is okay.
Yeah, because the Circle K. As a reminder, like you guys are planning to go to like the place. I don't. Yeah.
Atmos is going to lean in to whoever's next to him, who I'm going to say is Vance, and he's going to say, like,
Do the staff go in? Okay. I want to see if I can remember anything that might have looked like a staff entrance so that we could get out of in the chaos and confusion.
Yeah. So in terms of what skill this is, just trying to think with my more limited. I don't know. Is there kind of a like noticing things afterwards, or I guess we'll just do this as like a skullduggery, or maybe no, streetwise, like a skullduggery or streetwise, to kind of like not just if you saw it, but how this kind of place would typically be built and workarounds in it.
Yeah, I'll assist you in this. I've got 2 ranks in Streetwise.
What's your cunning?
2.
I have 2 ranks in Streetwise and a cunning of.
Okay, so you get a boost.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
As you and
Boost.
Atmos kind of put your heads together.
All right.
I've got my 2 difficulty dice in here. All right. So 2 advantage. So I will say that I guess you know that typically there would be an employees only entrance, but you don't know where it is in the Royal K, and that you would need to basically prove that you are an employee to the system.
Mm.
So that is a possibility, but there are a few hurdles.
Well, it's a good thing we have an expert slasher with us now, don't we?
Agreed.
Once we're
Proficiency
in,
is expert.
should everything go wrong, we will rely on you to, 1, find our alternative exit through an employee entrance, and 2, give us the authorization to use such an exit.
Consideration. Conclusion. More preparation is needed in order to secure this secondary exit.
I concur.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Vance, you were muted there.
A thought has occurred to me as well.
Mm.
We ain't gonna run this sucker all the way through Quinn Station, are we? We might need a speeder.
Sneeps. Chance you can
Agreed.
get your hands on schematic?
Consideration. Conclusion. Not impossible.
Would it tip off the casino if you tried?
Consideration. Not if done correctly.
Can you do it correctly?
Maybe
Reminder.
I should just.
Proficiency is expert.
I
And
like
maybe
you.
while our friend is doing that, I should see if I can figure out where the staff goes in their off hours.
That's a good idea.
Best way to, well, cover all our bases is to work the hardware and the wetware.
Agreement. Many life forms move in predictable patterns.
I have a proposal, Zale. I can take care of that. If I can remind you, I'm an expert at tracking individuals.
Information.
Especially their particular patterns. I require you to go and procure us a speeder, an escape route.
All right.
Additional query. Slicing designation expert. What current skill and skill designations do you all attain?
Bounty hunter, my friend.
Noted.
I'd say expert.
Self-designation expert.
I talk to people. I figure out who the weak links are. I'd like to think I'm fairly good at it.
Atmos is just going to thumb at Zale and say, protocol.
Observation.
Yes, that's right.
Observation. I tend to do similar things, simply with computer.
That's good to know.
I think we'll get along.
I do the damage.
Expert marksman. Proficiency above expert.
Interesting. More data needed to verify current level of proficiency.
Display
Going to
later.
Defaulting to expert.
Take my word for it. He's not boasting.
Well, he's boasting, but he's not wrong.
That's true.
True. Very true. There's no shame in boasting.
Confidence noted.
I like him. I really, really like him. We gotta figure out how to keep him.
Judge of character level, expert. Query. Level of experience with slicing for all of you.
None.
I've done it. I'm not a specialist by any means.
We don't typically need that with what I do.
I suppose you could call me an amateur.
I'm better at getting through locks and such than into computer systems.
I've seen it done. When it doesn't work, I just shoot my way in.
Query. Designation Zale.
Yes.
Current proficiency, expert. Current proficiency with added help, above expert.
All right. I look forward to working with you more specifically.
Calculations. Odds of procuring schematics with above expert proficiency. Highly likely.
Excellent.
Looks over at Bishop. Designation?
Assassin.
Name.
Bishop.
Bishop.
Noted. Query. Preferred designation, assassin or bishop?
Bishop.
Query. Preferred designation, bishop assassin?
Sure.
Noted.
Oh
Further
gosh,
query.
we just met Legion for Mass Effect, didn't we?
Further question. Bishop assassin as well as designation Vance. Probability of procuring getaway speeder?
Question? We might be able to. If we're tasked with it. Unless, Atmos, do you think you could, are you wanting to do that, or should
I
the
no
speeder?
longer have the credits, and I can certainly find the employees' routes.
Okay.
Agreed. Current task, pointing at Amos. Physical world observation. Current task, pointing one of the 12 fingers at himself, at themselves, and another at Zale. Cybernetic observation, and then points at you two. Current task, escape speeder, procuring.
Sounds like a plan.
Agreement reached.
Yes.
Agreement reached.
Jubilation. Designation Zale.
Yes.
Commence above expert proficiency.
Let's.
All right, so we're gonna get in some rolls here. So, Zale, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they're better at computers than you, but I'll have you roll because you're a player character, and that's more fun.
All right.
So,
I
this is-
suspect they also have a higher int than me, but in case it matters, I have an int 3.
Okay. Yes, they have an intelligence of 4, and they have a skill of 3.
Okay.
They're at expert level.
Yep.
Expert level.
And I'm going to say that this is a 3 purple difficulty, a hard difficulty. And I've been very nice. I'm going to use a dark side point to just upgrade that once.
Okay.
However-
I lost track of the dice pool. What did you?
Your dice pool is going to be 1 green and 3 yellows.
Okay. And
Since
a
they have
boost
4
from me.
intelligence and 3 skill proficiencies, and then 1 boost because you are helping. And I'm going to have you roll
Okay.
because you're a player character, and it's more fun when you all thwart me with dice and I thwart myself.
And you will put the upgrade in. I do not need to upgrade it. Okay.
I put the upgrade in, you put the boost in.
Okay. Wait, did you also put their dice? And I don't want to roll too many.
No, I didn't put any of them.
Okay, I did.
I didn't. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Right. Okay, rolling. It didn't roll. That's weird. Okay.
did you click the D20 button on the dice pool?
I thought I did. I may have accidentally clicked the thing to clear a dice.
Yeah. So just go ahead and
Okay,
put
there
your.
we go.
Oh, we have something. There we go. And it
Three
all.
Oh, wow.
successes to advantage.
That's a very good roll.
Yeah. So not only 3 successes, you get a full schematic of the Circle K. So so you have 2 advantage to play around with here. So this means we get to add one kind of useful, like 2 pretty useful facts or 1 very useful fact about the Circle K right now, basically.
There's a
Everyone, feel free to
time
pitch.
fairly not sorry, let me get the words straight. We know when the big shift changes in the backside employee area are. We got into a schedule or something.
I mean, that could be. I will say, that's kind of what Atmos is gonna be doing.
Oh.
So if you want to have something else,
Right, no, I'm sorry, I got confused.
No
I got
worries,
confused.
no worries.
I'm a little out of it right now, sorry.
No worries.
What about the secret cargo elevator that goes down to the underground speeder bay?
That's a good idea.
That secret cargo elevator, I'm so glad you mentioned that one. Because yeah, Zale, you and Snips find that there is indeed basically an express lift straight from the top all the way to the bottom.
Excellent.
Cargo elevator.
All right. We have people willing to be a front door sort of distraction, so we don't want to be going in that way, and that means we have a different way to head out.
Is yeah, basically you and Snips. I mean, it's very clear very quickly that he's light years ahead of where you are in this process, but you do actually manage to offer a few tips of just things that they aren't considering in terms of just like things of like how like a non-machine brain would think about certain pieces of code and stuff like that. And you do get appreciation every time you bring stuff like that up.
Oh.
And then as you finish and the schematics just kind of like, I imagine just display out right above, like fills up the whole table in like that cool Tony Stark way, you hear jubilation.
Excellent.
Above proficiency, successful.
Definitely successful. Looks like they've been moving things, well, in bulk. As long as we make sure to keep an eye on thing, make sure they don't ship goons in bulk, we may have our escape route.
And now we're gonna zoom over to our good friend Atmos. So Atmos, how are you going to be kind of observing this whole situation?
So I have a lovely pair of, let me just find them, tracker's goggles. Essentially, when I attempt to use perception to locate a target by sight or to find their footprints and such, I can remove 2 black dice imposed due to concealment, darkness, fog, or mist, and I get a blue dice to that particular check.
Okay. So, I think what that means is that, so normally what I was going to do is make you do a perception and then a stealth kind of to see how much you see and how much you're seeing. So what I will say is if you would like to add as many boost die onto your stealth roll, you may add that many setback die onto your perception test. Basically, I imagine the like because this is like a it's very glitzy, very glamoury, but it's still like a Star Wars space station. So I imagine those like things of just like steam and smoke kind of like rising up. So I imagine Atmos just in the middle of a little column of smoke, just like inside of it, on top of a big casino, looking down.
Yeah, I imagine he's like Batman at this particular moment, kind of sitting in that to conceal himself.
I love it.
Even though he's 7 foot tall. But yeah, he's currently looking through that, and so I can remove up to 3 setback dice for that. So I'm gonna take 3 setback dice to assist in my stealth check later.
I will say,
but I also get a blue dice for this perception check just for having the goggles.
Yeah. So we'll do the perception test first. So I'll just say it's an average difficulty.
Okay.
Not too hard, and go ahead and put your extra boost die in for your tracker's goggles.
Yep, have done.
All right.
I will roll that.
Mm-hmm.
That is a straight wash.
A straight wash. So
wow,
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that many blanks in a check before.
No kidding. For those who are just listening right now, maybe that 3 out of 5 dice are just completely blank on that roll.
And the other two
just completely cancel out. So yeah, you and then let's do the stealth roll. So this one's gonna be a bit harder because this is a pretty bustling place. So I'm gonna say this is a hard difficulty, and then I'm gonna use a dark side point for you as well. So,
okay.
But you do get 3
boost dice
because you are in the middle.
4 I already get for my crazy agility. So let's roll that. Yeah, that was easy. That was 5 successes and an advantage.
Sounds good. So for the advantage, you don't have any strain. So you do gain, I'll say, with the advantage, you get something useful. How about actually, you actually figure out that this actually is a pretty good, like, if you needed people to be near the Circle K and not seen, this is actually kind of perfect. So if you needed like a sniper or even just like a backup team who was kind of close by but unseen, you basically found this spot. So if that is something to think about during planning, if you have additional allies or some kind of setup that like that. Now, they aren't going to be able to snipe to the VIP section because that's way up, but they'd be pretty close. Like they basically have to rappel down the roof, and they're there at the Circle K.
What would the range be from here to the actual casino?
Like if you wanted to be in the top and shoot down at the people in front of the casino, I'll say that'd be like medium range.
Medium? Okay.
Cool. So then we'll shoot over to Vans and Bishop.
Alrighty.
Who are finding a escape speeder / any other allies or things they think might be useful for this big old heist.
Well, with the we don't have the knowledge of the speeder down below, or the speeder port down below yet, do we? Because we're off doing our own things. We haven't come back together, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But also, there are other things that would have to go right for that speeder down below to work. I mean, you would have to like get in it and also open up whatever doors there are to that. So it might not be terrible to have 2 speeder options.
So I guess we're Bishop. Are we renting, stealing, or buying? I don't have enough credits to buy.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to buy one.
Do we talk to someone from the see if we can borrow one. Any suggestions?
If I could remember the name of the not steady drips.
The Vornskier.
Vornskiers.
Vornskiers.
The Vornskiers. The easy name. I imagine we've made good enough friends with the Vornskiers. We could maybe talk to them. They might have some lead.
Hopefully it won't be too expensive.
Well, worst case, we'll just beat it out of one of them.
That's kind of funny. Okay. Head over to the Vornskins to see who do we talk to about borrowing a speeder and returning it.
Right. Yeah. You know, they pretty quickly, the person you had talked to, Don Lu, seems pretty keen on getting y'all back at his table. Yeah, come on. So good to see you back. I wasn't expecting you so soon. Yeah.
We missed your face. We missed your company.
But I'm sure it wasn't just that. What can I do you for?
We need a speeder.
Okay, what's the likelihood it's coming back in one piece?
I guess that depends on how the rest of this goes.
Fair. Now, I've got an honest question for you, gents. Y'all are roughing up a pretty big casino, yeah? And it stands to reason that people who are doing that gotta be thinking about, how they're gonna pay for the next casino heist, yeah? So if you're gonna be, up close and personal with the Royal K, it stands to reason that you could probably come back to me with a significant number of credits and walk away with yet more for yourselves. Yeah.
So, you just want a cut of whatever we pick up, then?
That sounds reasonable to me. If I'm, I can provide a speeder. I can provide a few if you want to give me a good enough cut.
Hey, I mean, Bishop's into it. He doesn't really have a whole lot of goals in this heisting.
Sounds reasonable. Are you looking 10%? 5%?
Well, this sounds like maybe it's time for the negotiation roll. So I'll say you two are working together on this. An average check. So what's your guys' negotiation? You two, you faces.
I mean, I've got a green.
I've got 2 green.
All right, so it's an average check. So it's a blue and 2 green versus 2 purple.
Bishop, would you like to make a roll tonight?
Yeah, please, Bishop.
Okay. All right, so 2 green and a blue.
Mm-hmm.
And you've done all the purples, right?
We do have light side points.
You do have 4 light side points. I've been spending them pretty liberally.
Yeah.
It feels a little mean to do them on this roll.
We've got 4, and time-wise, we could. They're gonna expire.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Hey, look, mine is not synced properly. I've got 2 lights showing up. Is that something that, like, how would I go about?
Now it should be fixed.
Yep. Okay.
Is it all
There we
better
go.
now?
No, I had to sync it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll flip one of those.
Okay.
And
And
then,
then go ahead and click the upgrade box on your side.
perfect.
Mhm.
All right, and that should be it, right?
Yep.
Cool. I don't do a whole lot of this. Sorry.
No worries. We're all learning.
Oh,
2 failures.
Oh boy.
that's not ideal.
Yeah. they're gonna say, "Listen, I'm already putting me and my men out there for you folks. So I think 30% of whatever you grab out of there is more than generous
Yeah, sure.
for a speeder."
Well, you said a few a minute ago.
Sure, if you want more speeders, then it's gonna be more percent because that's more stuff I'd stand to lose. Just saying. I mean, as much as there is plenty of money made, and I like that about you folks, there's a lot to lose.
If you're good, Bishop, it's not ideal, but we can make it work.
Yeah. We need a speeder.
Kind of holds out his hand.
Oh, am I shaking? I mean, Bishop will shake, but it's gonna be a hard shake.
Here, roll. Let's do an opposed brawn.
Okay.
So it'll be he has 3 brawn.
Yeah,
So I'll put it in 3 difficulty, and then I think you have 3.
I have 3.
So I want to see this handshake off.
All right. What does that mean? What are we doing? 3
So-
green?
So you would put in 3 green. Make sure you
Okay.
clear out everything else.
Yep.
Just want to see.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, you rolled only 2 green. So
what? It's got 3 listed. Let me see here.
do you have a downgrade or
No.
list? That's weird. Well, let's try again.
Okay. I don't know if I should up it again. Maybe I hit enter and that'll save it. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There you go.
There you
Hey,
go.
that's a much better roll. Yeah, there's kind of that tense moment of people who are trying to out handshake each other, and eventually, kind of like you feel his grip kind of like loosen as he loosen. He's like an unspoken uncle.
Right. You can't see
And-
it, but I smile.
Yeah, and as he lets go and he kind of puts his hand on the table so he can like shake it. He doesn't want to like show you that his hand hurts and he's shaking it because it hurts, but like you could tell.
Makes sense.
All right, 30%, 2 speeders.
Sounds good.
Just give us the go ahead when this is going down, and we'll be there. Speeders and all.
We'll give you the location when we find it.
I mean,
All good.
we know the location.
Well,
That was never the issue, to be quite honest. No worries.
All right. Good, Bishop. Should we head back?
Yeah, because I can't get my other character sheet to open up to figure out my cybernetics. I wanted to try and get one of those active with the newfound income, but I'll wait.
All right.
Okay.
So
Head
I'll
back and
say,
regroup.
at this point, you 4 are all back with your new friend Snips. Query.
So we had the success.
Degrees of success?
Successful.
I couldn't find what I was looking for, but I did find something else.
Observed. Trepidation.
It's just what I said. I couldn't find what I was looking for, but I did find a very nice spot with a clear line of sight into the casino.
And then turns to Vance. Observed. Additional trepidation.
I look over at Bishop.
Kind of shifts focus to Bishop.
We got the speeders.
I smell a ant, or possibly a bat.
Oh, I mean, we have them. They'll be there.
You're not saying thing. Come on, cards on the table.
Query. Did you obtain these speeders in an embarrassing way and do not wish to lessen my opinion of you?
I doubt the
That-
droid will think less of you.
Yeah, I don't care.
Offense taken.
The speeder price is a little steep. 30% of our take from the casino.
That is deep.
Now look, the slicers from the steady drips, right?
Yes.
Or at least seems to be associated with them.
Right. But we don't know that we don't have any inclination that they would be associated with the Vornskiers.
They
No.
leave each other alone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So then Bishop would say, who's to say what 30% ends up being?
Hopefully a lot.
Bishop,
No,
30% of what you take. Doesn't mean what I take, what he takes, or Atmos takes. It's what we take. 30% of what we take.
Well,
That's
then
what
we
we
made
agreed.
it better make it worthwhile.
Observation. Vornskiers are unaware of my involvement within the group?
Currently, I suppose.
I
I see no
see.
reason why you would be brought up.
I
Proposal.
see.
Proposal. This job nets current group of 4 0 credits. Job benefits Snips large amount of credits. Snips then donates large amount of credits minus 20% to group.
That does seem like a fair cut.
Much as I appreciate the offer, I think it would result in us having a different problem.
Observation. Only if they found out.
I think they'd be rather annoyed with us if they thought we'd screwed up that badly, though.
Well,
Observation.
all we have to do is return the speeders in one piece then.
Observation.
Not draw the eye.
Circle K is quite secure facility.
Atmos, didn't you say that we should be doing less of, well, what happened to get us into this mess?
Listen, that was a piece of tech. This is a lot of credits we're talking about.
Agreed. Counterpoint. Successful.
We can worry about the credits after.
I trust a new friend here.
Friend status achieved. Noted.
Atmos has a friend.
I'm just imagining like some kind of like dating sim or whatever. It's just like friend status achieved.
No, I'm imagining like the Terminator view of like with all the information. Like Atmos now
Yes.
has a little thing that says friend next to it. Like definitely whenever Snips looks at you, you can see all the like proficiency levels that you've all said, designations, and then now friend on Atmos.
And suddenly I see Van's name suddenly go down. Atmos goes above Van's. It's like because it's friend, because of expert.
Mm-hmm.
So, Zale, Bishop, Atmos, Snips. When are we starting? Do we need anything else?
I don't think so. We should I believe we should come later tonight when there's less people.
I'm ready to rock and roll when you are.
Let's get ready then.
Let's.
Suggestion. operation in more daylight hours when casino less busy, less customers.
That makes sense.
Out of character question,
Mhm.
does the station lighting change for day cycle, night cycle, or is that left to people who are deciding what light level their quarters should be, and the stations just always stay?
I would say basically that the kind of hut corporations basically control that, and they can do whatever they feel suits them. And currently, they think that having a slightly like a normal day night cycle is currently pretty good. Here's what I'll say: the second and third level has like a 6-hour night, and the rest is daytime because that's how long their employees get to sleep. And up top, it's a much more like normal day night cycle, so that people can have the illusion of, a little more homeliness.
All right.
You're muted.
Muted Vans.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Early morning.
Fewer witnesses, but
Mhm.
also less confusion.
Yeah.
More light. Ugh. I don't know.
I've worked in a casino before. The least amount of people is usually from the hours of like midnight to 5 a.m.
Oh,
I will challenge that, and it's
excellent.
actually between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. because from
You're-
midnight to 1 a.m. depending on. So
Yeah, well, it depends on the night.
Sure.
yeah,
All right.
that's the other thing. Is it are we going up on a weekend or a day?
I guess
that's
we'll
what
say a
factor-
weekday.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
that'll be
better.
a factor.
Current proposal tomorrow, early morning,
Very
After-
early.
full day cycle.
Yeah, that seems
Sounds
like a good
like a
idea.
plan.
Gives
Yes.
us some time to rest.
Agreed upon.
And I can
Right.
see about trying to. Actually, wait, sorry, I don't know how badly wounded Bishop still was. I keep getting thrown off by the.
I think he's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Cut that.
Okay.
Then I suppose we'll meet at this spot right here once it comes time. And I'm going to point at the spot where I had the view in before.
Yeah.
We'll all meet up there and do some recon before we go in, I think.
Location designated useful.
Yes, I should think so.
Meeting terminated.
Adjourn, yes.
Evenings pleasant.
You too.
Agreed.
Yes, this is
All right.
definitely going to be interesting.
So at this, Atmos is going to finish whatever he was drinking at the time. Stand up and start heading back towards the Halcyon Days.
All together.
Yep.
Something to think about. Are we going to stay on the ship because it's being watched? Most likely. Do we want to grab the gear and leave and find another place to wait out?
Um,
A hotel?
motel seems probably better. Yeah.
The leaving the ship.
It's very secure.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm just feeling a little paranoid after every.
Because
Hotel sounds. Like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Go back,
Can I do
Kira.
a streetwise check to find us?
Can I help with the streetwise check?
Yes.
Yes to all these things. To average difficulty.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna find us like a motel or something that I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure nobody's gonna ask questions about.
Yeah.
Okay,
What was your? Why don't you make the roll, because I know you have better streetwise than me.
Yeah, I think we have the same skill, and I have a high stat.
And you
so-
have a higher stat, yeah. So
Do you
Okay,
wanna-
rolling.
take a
Don't
boost
forget your
die.
boost die.
Zale,
Yep.
before you roll, do you want to
Uh-huh.
use a light side point just to make sure we get a good spot?
Oh yeah, we're probably gonna reset next session, so
Yeah.
feel free to use that.
Yes, at the risk of the jam pulling last minute
I think you're fine.
uses of pip flipping, though they're okay. So that's 3 successes and 2 advantage.
All right. Yeah, you definitely know of a place, and I'll say you know a place that is either, you can say, either associated with the Steady Drips, the Huts, or the Vornskiers. You kind of can take your pick.
I think the steady drip seems like a
Huts.
good idea. Or the huts, one or the other.
Because our friend, the whose name I keep forgetting, I'm terrible with
Jadar.
name.
Jadar, yeah.
Said was passing stuff up, but I don't think we actually spoke to the person he was talking to. So if they need to find us being in a HUD associated area would probably be best.
There
Yep.
we go. Yep, and
Yeah,
that
I agree with that.
is something we'll probably have to do next session. So yeah, but you guys are first going back to the Halcyon days to get your stun grenades.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Yes. So you all kind of welcome aboard as you all step on the Halcyon Days. Kind of grab all your stuff, and you do see, kind of near the ship, kind of you wouldn't notice it if you weren't looking for it. You see a small little crate with a single star on it. And you see inside there the stun grenades you bought. So how are we divvying those out?
I
Vans?
am happy not to be handling the grenades. I have
Yeah,
my
what's your ranged light?
Vans is taking 2 at least, so he can divvy 1 each to everyone, to Atmos and
That seems like a good idea, because
sorry, who's ranged light?
I've got a rank in ranged light and range heavy, so I can be good with grenades.
Bishop. What are you comfortable with them?
Whatever. Sorry, I had to make sure I wasn't muted. Whatever 2 green ends up being as far as comfortable.
Oh, you
Not-
have the
not
same ranged
terribly
light as
comfortably.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
Not
it might
terribly.
actually be better
How
if,
do you have the same ranged light as me?
because he
melee.
went full melee. Yeah,
Very
Oh,
particular set of skills.
it's probably better if we go 50-50 between me and Vans.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So I'll add 2 stun grenades to myself. Unfortunately, that does mean I'm going to have to move around some stuff so that I can actually carry it.
So one of the things too, he says, I learned this a long time ago. I watched it. You have 2 in one in each hand. I'm not flipping them, and then you slide and toss. It's a
is
technique.
that really a cost-effective use of grenades?
It takes out lots and lots of areas. When you have 2 groups behind crates, you run past them, you drop them, and you keep running, and they go off.
Hopefully we don't encounter too many groups at once up there.
True. But he shares some old history that he was taught.
And ignore this as I use the dark side point.
Oh no.
And Vans, your communicator goes off.
Oh no.
I pop it.
Yeah, and it's just like a message, and it says, "Seems like you might be doing something stupid. I think we have some things to talk about. and it has like a location on the first floor, and then it's signed Heron Ono, captain of the Screaming Cork Run. And that's where we're gonna leave off today's episode of Halcyon Days.